Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. Let's get our weekly shot of nostalgia and serotonin, shall we?
Yep.
So this week's theme is retro arcade and video games, and I'm pretty sure most people grew up having some sort of experience with video games. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And even growing up as a girl, I loved Barbies, but we did have Nintendo and all that stuff. I digress. So I remember my parents taking my sisters and I to this one restaurant in Florissant, Missouri. Shout out Florissant, where I grew up, called Copperoo's. And we'd meet up with, you know, neighborhood friends and play in the arcade so the parents could have their parent time. So I vividly remember this first arcade game because it let me get behind the wheel of a race car. Let's take a look.
World 64.
So if you remember this game, that was played on Nintendo. How I remember it, there was a plastic bucket seat, and you'd had your left, right, and clutch, and then you had a shifter.
Was that at home?
No.
Oh,
sorry.
like,
At home you would play on Nintendo.
Okay, at the arcade, okay.
But at the arcade, you would play.
Wow, you were rich.
No. No, but that's how I remember it. And funny story, kind of crazy. I remember being on the back of it while my sister was driving, and I was just like being a kid and going crazy, and let go and almost cracked my head open at this place called Copperoo's. But Jeremy, do you remember when we were in after my wedding, Warrensburg, and we were playing it against each other?
Yes.
So
that's where I know it from.
Charlie, do you remember this game?
Not this game. I mean, there's a lot of these kind of racing games, though, that they have now.
Yeah.
But not this like particular one.
So in this particular game, you could go to different countries, and I always remember Australia. They'd have kangaroos come across the racetrack,
fun.
so you'd have to dodge it. So one of my favorite games. And much like Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' World, it taught me how to drive in make-believe land.
Is that why you're such a bad driver?
I don't drive like that. I don't drive like that. This next game taught me how to build a home, set a home on fire, and go bankrupt all in one foul swoop. Let's take a look. Yeah, this game, you could build a house, you could get robbed, you could set your house on fire. I mean, Jeremy, is this where you got your start with interior design?
No, mine was Legos.
Yours was Legos.
It was Legos, really. I never played Sims, really.
What?
I haven't played Sims either, honestly.
I really thought this one you at least had played. I mean, it came out over 20 years ago, so you're within the age.
I haven't played it, though.
Wow, okay,
I wish I would have, though, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, same.
Oh, it was very therapeutic until it wasn't. And then, like, you saw your money diminishing with how much, like, furniture you wanted to get. And, like, you could get, like, a leopard print couch, but it was too expensive. So then you had to, like, work and make money.
Maddie, can I
It's
ask
like
you a
real
question?
life.
I'm not going to say it yet, because I don't know what your third one is. But after the third one, I have to ask you a question about a game.
Okay.
That reminds me of. Okay.
Oh, The Sims?
Yeah, The Sims.
Okay, all right. So this clip obviously came out like about 20 years ago. It's from its first ever commercial teaser trailer. They have had so many iterations since. But I recall this being on both of my sisters, Allie and Casey, shout out, Christmas list, and then them getting into fights at the computer over who would play and get to build their house.
I mean, I think that's a natural sibling thing anyways, no matter what the game.
Well, and I'm just the perfect child, so I sat on the sidelines and watched. So, okay. And I would be remiss if I didn't include the video game of all video games. Playing this was basically a rite of passage for children of the 80s and 90s. I think you know. Let's take a look.
Oh, this is my favorite. I was whistling that.
Super Mario Bros. 1985, I believe, is the first one. This just takes me back to my aunt's house in Florida. My cousin Eric had it, and it was a very prized possession when we go visit, because he'd be like, you can come into my room and play the Nintendo. And it was always that game. So, yeah, does this bring up any memories for you guys?
That was the first game I ever played. So, well, I take it back. My Uncle Bill had an Atari. So before Nintendo was Atari.
Okay.
And Atari, I remember playing Pong, where the ball would go back and forth.
Oh, yeah, and you moved the thing up inside.
Yes.
Yeah, and Space Invaders.
And Tetris and Space Invaders on my uncle's Atari, and we'd all go to his house because we were like, how could you afford this?
Yeah.
We were just mesmerized. Then we had Nintendo, and we loved Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
Oh,
Duck Hunt.
I was going to include Duck Hunt for you because I did ask you on the sly, like, what your favorite games were growing up, and you mentioned that. I don't think I've ever played it. So I was like, I can't talk too much about it. But anyways, what was your question for me?
Okay, The Sims. Is there another? I remember this game. I never really played, but my friends played it, where you built theme parks, amusement parks.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
That, yes.
They have Planet Zoo now too.
Planet
Well,
Zoo?
there's Coaster Tycoon, those
Roller
tycoons
Coaster
and stuff,
Tycoon.
But they also have like Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster, where you can build amusement parks and zoos like that. But it's like better than the Tycoon ones.
So growing up, we had like the knockoff version of Roller Coaster Tycoon just called Theme Park. And oh my gosh, they had voiceovers of kid going, bleh, getting off the roller coaster. And anyways, we had the knockoff version of
That's
Roller
so
Coaster
funny,
Tycoon. So
All right, guys, that was fun walking down memory lane. Don't go anywhere. It's time for more Face Off with Angela and Tom right after this.